Hello, guys. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Ruth, and this is Raising Kids in Real Time Unfiltered. I'm a mom, and I'm just here to have open and honest conversations with other moms like you. So just to let you know that I'm not a professional. If you have any concerns or you're worried about your child's development, you're worried about yourself as a mother, I would advise that you please speak to your GP or your midwife or your health visitor. But if you're here and you're asking or wondering if what you're doing is normal or what you're seeing in your child is normal, or you're asking yourself if you're doing the right thing, then this space is for you. So in my last video where I talked about the 0 to 3 month stage of a child, by the way, if you haven't seen that video, please try and watch it. It's here in my channel. It's my very first video. So I talked about the first 0 to 3 month stage of a child and what we mothers go through, what the surprises that no one told us about. So after that video, some of you reached out to me and asked me to talk about pregnancy and the challenges that we women face in pregnancy, our experiences, that people don't see, that we don't often talk about. Pregnancy is often presented to us as this very beautiful, glorious experience. Yes, actually, it can be true for some people. They have this smooth pregnancy, but for some of us, it wasn't smooth at all. So I'm going to be talking about those things that we faced, what that we experienced as during our pregnancies, or during my pregnancy, what I experienced as a mother, as a pregnant woman. And I'm going to be sharing my experience here today, and I also want you to share your experience down in the comments section. Before we continue, I'd like to say, please subscribe, like, and share, and then turn on the notification button so that when I post new videos, you will be the first to be notified. All right, so we're going to be talking about the pregnancy cravings. That's the first thing we're going to be talking about. By the way, we have a lot of different things that we experience during pregnancy. We have the emotional changes, we have the physical changes, there's quite a lot for some people. And just so you know, these hormonal changes that we experience actually helps in the development of our babies. They actually do help. So you're not just suffering for suffering's sake. It actually do help your baby grow properly in your womb. So when you're going through that, just know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, so some of these changes, can include unusual fatigue, unusual cravings, not feeling nauseous, emotional, and also emotional changes, which can include mood swing. So first, I'll be talking about the physical changes. For some people, pregnancy completely changes their look. So for me, I had a massive, my nose was swollen. It was quite big. It was wide. It was really wide, wider than what you're seeing now. It was really, really wide. And then my complexion changed. I became so dark, very dark, like you wouldn't even recognize me. And then the nose, like I said, but I didn't really have swollen feet. I didn't have that at all. I didn't have swollen feet. I think I would say that was what I really had. That was what That was the only change that I had on my body physically. Just the swollen, the big nose, and what did I say? And then the complexion that changed, to something else. Some people have swollen feet. Some people grow bigger than they usually are, or they were before getting pregnant. It's just different things, physically. Some people have some spots on their body. Some people have acne. Some people have stretch marks. It's just different physical changes that you notice in your body. Yeah, it's very normal. So don't feel like you're not as beautiful as you used to be when you got married or way before you got pregnant. It's just normal. And I tell you, and I promise you that it will come back to normal once you've had your baby. Okay. And we'll also talk about about people who always feel nauseous. So I was one of them. I am one of those people who used to vomit a lot, during pregnancies. Oh my goodness. I hated brushing my teeth in the morning when I wake up. I hated the taste of toothpaste. I didn't like the taste of toothpaste at all. The moment I put my brush in my mouth to brush, that's it. That is it. And I think that's what it's called. Yeah, that's the morning sickness. That's actually the morning sickness. And some women will tell you morning sickness is not only in the mornings. It can happen any time of the day. Some people throw up from morning till they go to bed in the night. But for me, I didn't do that. Mine was usually in the mornings. I used to always throw up in the mornings. So I used to hate brushing, but I had no choice than to brush my teeth. Of course, you can't be walking around without brushing your teeth for months. So, but I had nausea. I was always vomiting in the morning. Always. So for some people it's different. For some people they just wake up and just eat and they're fine. But I had that. I was always vomiting. Sometimes even because I remember with my second child, I was still working in a hospital setting. And I'll be in meetings and I'll be rushing out to go throw up. I'll just leave the meeting and just go out to go throw up. That was in the mornings. So my morning sickness was actually morning. It was actually in the morning and not during the day. So I'm fine during the day, but mornings between the time I wake up till like 12ish, I'm throwing up. So that was my own experience. And then change in appetite. Some people eat a lot, but I was one person who wasn't eating. I didn't like food. I just didn't like the smell of food. I just didn't like the smell of food. I became so thin because I wasn't eating. At a point I had to see my doctor because the vomiting was so much in the mornings that it just made me lose appetite for food. So when I see food, I can't even eat. I just hated the smell of food. I hated the smell of chips and chicken shop. I just always avoided walking past chips and chicken shop because the smell. The smell. But one thing about my one was that it was I usually lose appetite for food for the first trimester, but from the second trimester I'm fine. So first trimester I lose appetite for food, I don't eat, I become so thin. But from the second trimester, I then start to eat gradually. And yes, so like I said, I didn't like to go close to some kind of food shop, and I think that's where the sensitivity to smell comes in. So some people have sensitivity to smell. They don't like to smell things. They don't like to smell food. I hated smelling perfume as well. I hated perfume. Oh, I hated it so much. If you spray around me, my goodness, even the body spray, you better just use roll-on rather than spraying because you would just kill me, honestly. I hated body spray. I hated perfumes, so that's the sensitivity to smell that I had. So, and then the emotional changes as well. Oh my goodness, this minute I'm laughing, I'm happy, I'm just smiling, and the next minute I'm crying for no reason. For no reason. Every little thing made me cry then. every little thing you do, everything little thing you say to me will just make me become emotional, and I'll just start crying. So those emotional changes was there. Or sometimes I just want to be moody. I just don't want to talk to anybody. I just want to be by myself. So those are the emotional changes that I had. So I'd like to hear your own experience. I'd like you to put it down in the comment section. Let me know what you experienced. If you experienced the emotional changes I'm talking about, let me know down in the comment section. Okay. So then food cravings. Yes, like I said, second trimester, I started to eat, and I was craving burger a lot. I actually thought I was going to be so big. I was craving burger, and then sometimes I crave some kind of food that I don't even know what to call it. Sometimes I just crave rice, but the rice, not just normal rice. I would like the rice to be like mashed potato. I want it to be so soft, and then I want to pour egg in it, and I'll pour sardine in it, and then that's it. And I want to eat it with my hands. And then I was also craving something called the white chalk. I was just looking everywhere for white chalk to eat. I've never had white chalk in my life before, but when I was pregnant, I was looking everywhere for white chalk to eat. And dust. I always wanted to smell dust. So it was so crazy. Honestly, it was crazy. I always wanted to smell dust. I wanted to, I just wanted to eat something sandy like this. I want to eat sand. I want to eat chalk. I want to eat rock. Anything sandy. That's what I wanted. So tell me in your comment section if you had that kind of craving as well. I would like to hear it from you too. Also extreme fatigue. Extreme fatigue. Some people, you just find yourself getting exhausted all the time. You don't know what you're unable to do the things that you normally used to do. One thing I need to let you know that is that you're growing a baby inside you, so that requires a lot of energy. Do not overwork yourself. Listen to your body. If your body tells you to sleep, sleep. If your body tells you to sit down, sit down. Listen to your body, please. Okay, that's what I would say to you, because fatigue, extreme fatigue, is actually part of pregnancy. One of the pregnancy challenges that women face. So please listen to your body. Don't overwork. Don't overdo things. Don't overdo things, because your body's not the same as it used to be before the baby. Before you took in. So please just listen to your body. Don't overdo things. Okay, you don't have that much energy as you used to. Yeah. Well, everything will be better when your baby comes. Okay. And then we talked about, I'm talking about pregnancy craving now and again. Some people crave salty food. Some people crave salty food. Some people crave street food. Some people crave sweet food. So those are the cravings, but those are part of the cravings as well. So how does this pregnancy challenges, how does it affect us daily? Dizziness. Some people feel dizzy all the time. You can't go to work. You feel dizzy. Like I said earlier, you feel nauseous. You feel constant nausea. You feel dizziness. You feel you have difficulty to concentrate. Please, if you feel these things, or if you're experiencing these things I've talked about, and you feel like you can't really cope with it, I would advise that you please see a doctor. Yeah, speak to your GP. They are very supportive. And also, I want to talk to I want to also speak about those who are around us, supporting us. Please be understanding. Pregnancy is not easy. Some people have it really easy, some people don't. So please be very understanding, and just give that support to your partner who's pregnant, to your friend, to your family member. Please, honestly, they would appreciate the support. So thank you for joining me today. So in my next video, I would be inviting a guest who will be coming to share her experience during pregnancy and the birth, of her baby. So this would also help us learn. I believe it will help us learn from each other, and also remind us that we're not alone in this journey. Thank you very much. Please do not forget to like, to share, and leave your comment. Let me hear your own experience. I've shared mine, so let me hear yours. Thank you again. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.